Welcome to my in-depth review of Fantasy Plus. If you haven't heard of Monument Studios, they are two, I think, brothers, I believe, that make some incredible high-quality TTRPG music. A lot of people use it for D&D DMing sessions and really just amping up the immersion, the quality of the drama that you kind of, are able to evoke from the different scenarios that you put your players in. And Monument Studios has, they've come up with a bunch of really cool different packs. And these packs have awesome themed music and different sound effects and like stingers and one-shot, sound bites that you can use in your different D&D sessions. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to review it. I backed it and I was able to use it in one of my sessions and wanted to give my honest thoughts about it. I am not sponsored by them at all. Just wanted to kind of walk people through what I'm thinking. So here we go. Here's the layout, which I really like. I think it's awesome that you can like toggle the volumes individually according to the song that you want to use, and then also toggle the global volume of, this half of the four songs or sound effects that you load in. You can toggle as well. You can loop them, which is really great. Putting them on repeat is just perfect so that I don't have to, I can click play and not have to think about it for a long time. I love the dark mode. I hate light mode. So I'm a huge fan of the dark mode, and I think the layout, the UI is really good. They've got a lot of different playlists that they've come up with that you can kind of scroll through and check out. Forest ambience, a bunch of Hollywood textures. So if you have a general idea of kind of what you're doing, like, hey, they're going up against an army of like a hobgoblin chieftain and a bugbear and a bunch of goblins, you could get this War Drums playlist after it loads. And then check out kind of the different songs that they have here. Definitely repeat that. So I think it's just these War Drums, which would be such a good, it fades in, which is really fun. You hear off in the distance the drums of war beginning. But this would be great to just have on, and you can, lower it as other songs are taking the front seat, center stage. And you can raise it as when there are lulls in the battle and whatever the scenario is that you have. You can play multiple songs at a time. Which, depending on what the vibe of either song, you might not want to do or you might want to do. Barbaric drums. They have their playlist set up so that it's 4 songs here and then it's like 4 sound effects over here, which I like. I feel like you guys are on a timeline, you're traveling as fast as you can, but you've promised the prince that you'll be back by sundown, otherwise something happens, and so they're like, booking it on their horses, trying to make it, and you're trying to amp up the tension. And there's a dragon chasing him, dude. That's crazy. And you can just mix this live, I'm not hearing the dragons enough. The drums are a little too loud. The horseback's crazy. Let's bring that down. The dragon is I really want the dragon to be prominent. Let's up both of those. Anyways, yeah, you guys get the point. They're super fun. There's a ton of playlists. I didn't even get to the bottom of scrolling through all of their system playlists. Battleground, BBEG for a demon, an elven threat, a lich, a necromancer, an orc, Viking combat, undead horde, Old Town Night. They have so many, the variety of music that they have for the variety of scenarios and situations that people are in is amazing. It's incredible. One of the downsides, though, is how that same thing, that very thing, really, They have a lot of variety, so it's hard to search. If you don't know the names of the songs, then it's really hard to search. So I'll give you an example of what that would look like. Default session. So you can just come over here, click plus, and then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 general categories, and then sub categories beneath all of those. So typically, a lot of D&D is fantasy. I want some stuff where it's like high intensity action. Nice. That's super cool. I'm already envisioning this dragon pops up from underneath the city and is like destroying buildings, and they were all realizing, crap, we have to either take this dragon out, run, save the people, warn someone. So that's cool. And then you can just scroll through these. That scroll is pretty fast. That's something that I don't love either. There's still a few clunky things. You can see here that right as my cursor gets off of it, it disappears. The menu disappears. So it's touch sensitive. You don't have to click. But the downside is if you accidentally slip off of it, then it's all gone. So they're still fleshing things out. And this isn't beta. I do want to make sure that people know that this isn't beta. But as you can see, the music is just amazing. Showdown B. Ooh, Genesis. I love Genesis. Genesis is such a good one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Genesis is great. So it can be difficult to find the song that you're looking for, but if you spend half an hour just kind of browsing, and then you can start saving them to your own playlists. I've already made a few of mine. This is a repeat. I'm going to delete it right now. But you can make a few of yours and, just have the songs that you want for the scenarios that you're envisioning. I think the last positive that I want to talk about here is the cost. They are dedicated. Here, I'm gonna show on this beta, they've got the roadmap of what they're trying to accomplish, and they are dedicated to, no matter how far we go, the price of $4.99 will never change. No microtransactions either for any content. So they're not going to try and nickel and dime you with any hey, we came up with these really cool dragon sound effects, but it's going to be an extra 99 cents on top of your subscription. That will never happen here. $5 for incredible music and sound effects, audio quality that will really help increase the level of immersion and increase the overall quality of your sessions that you're DMing. So I think that's really cool. Some of the negative things, let's hop into those. The load time, guys. The load time, it takes a long time to load stuff. Let me pull up this reveal playlist right here. They do say that it's optimized for Chrome and it's optimized for desktop, which I am on both. And I can back that up. It is much worse on mobile. It's not very, it works, but it takes so long for each individual song to load and for the site itself just to get everything up and running. But, that's why they kickstarted an app. The app will hopefully run on your phone, or you can just plug it into a speaker or Bluetooth to a speaker or whatever, or have your iPad Bluetooth to something, and having your iPad right there and just being able to slide, crank that song, turn this thing down, do this thing here. I'm really excited for the app. So this is, a review of just the beta, and the beta does not have an app yet. So something that I ran into, it's working now. Here, let's see if this is the playlist that I was running into an issue with. I created my own playlist beforehand, and I was so excited because there was going to be this huge, epic, climactic moment with one of my heroes, Mithrax. He's a paladin. He serves Helm. He's been kind of vacillating with his oath recently, where he's like, I want to protect. That's why I took this oath of protection, or oath of devotion to Helm. And he's not doing that. And so Helm is getting a little testy with him. Here it is. Here's the issue right here. I don't know if it was the songs that I chose or if it's this playlist in particular, but that's why I had a duplicate of it. It was because I was trying to just save it as a new one because I didn't know if it was an issue with the specific playlist, but the songs wouldn't load. And I finally got to the epic moment in the battle, and none of the songs worked. Not even... Actually, this... 11th hour's working, dude. What the heck's going on? None of the songs were working at the time. Look at that. 6 of the 8. 11th hour came in clutch. But sometimes that happens, and that super sucks. What I started to do, but then stopped doing because it was just taking too long, was editing the song, going and searching for the same exact one, and replacing it. Which, again, it just took a little bit, and I was trying to run the combat and, keep the tension there, which I ended up just not being able to replace all the songs. And so I played the one, and it was cool for the moment, but it just, I had this progression in my head, and it ended up playing out perfectly in session, but the music wasn't there to support the progression that I had already thought about. So this is real time. I'm talking through all of this loading. The loading takes a long time, which is one of the bad things. The other thing about searching that I found as I was trying to replace songs that I knew the title of, I would type in the title and it wouldn't pop up. I think it might be case sensitive, which is really frustrating. I just want to type in conflicted paladin, or even just conflict, and have the conflicted paladin choir full or choir washed pop up. But that's not the specific example of what I ran into, but that was, akin to the example of the things that I was running into. And okay, now it's not even working. It might just be this playlist again. I might just need to make a new one, which is a bummer, because Paladin B is cool. Guys, this song is good. Oh, dude, it just was going to be this, do you choose to live your life in the pursuit of the protection of others? Or are you going to decide to run and abuse the power you've been given? And it was so great, dude. He thought he was going to die, which I was like, dude, your character's so cool. I don't want to kill him. And it ended up working out so perfectly. So, anyways, that's working now. Desperate Prayer's not working though. Dang it. So I would still have to go in, edit that, type in Desperate Prayer. Hey, check that out. I've already searched that. Hey, it popped up. But this will probably do the same thing as it did before and just load endlessly. I'll give it a little bit. I think the last couple things that I wanted to hit on with the negative about Fantasy Plus was the repeat. I had it as a positive as well, but most of their songs are under 2 minutes long, and D&D sessions run anywhere from an hour to 3.5, 4. Sometimes even I hear people that run 6-hour sessions on Saturdays, which is super great, which is amazing. If you can prepare as a DM, if you can prepare for that much, that's fantastic and good on you. I bet your players love those 6-hour sessions, man. But But if you're in these super intense scenarios and, you've got the repeat on and you only have 3 songs or 2, maybe 2. I mean, even if you had all 4, if you had all 4 of these songs here, rotating through them, having them on repeat and rotating through them, you feel that repeat. And it's not the best. Especially with the war drums previously, If you have that on repeat, it almost becomes white noise, and they're like, it's not adding to the immersion anymore. And that's the hard thing about like comparing D&D sessions and this to movies. Movies are so tailored when it comes to the audio. This just the sound mixing alone is so intense with Hollywood movies that it's like it's hard to compare this, which is at the same quality level, but like implementing it in a session is totally different. A session is just not going to be a movie, you know, but that's what everyone wants. So anyways, I just it's a hard back and forth, but you feel that repeat when you have the songs, you know, looping for an hour long session, sometimes hour and a half, depending on your party. But I think I hit all of my pros and all of my cons now. I was gonna have you guys like walk through building a playlist with me. Dude, this freaking song, man, are you kidding me right now? How do you not love this? This is so good, dude. Like, the emotion it evokes. Crank that. Crank that. Oh, and the bass too, guys. If you've got a good bass that you can play these songs with. Help me, please. Mithrax. You take light of your oaths. Man up and protect these people, or don't, bro. Come on. Oh, dude, I could spend. Let me know if you guys want me to. I could spend so long listening to their music. It's so perfect for whatever scenario, you know. Genesis is like such a cool song. There's so many cool songs, guys. Tension, epic battle. I'm trying to figure out how I am going to do like my nomenclature when it comes to naming all of my playlists, but Silence in the Stocks. No, it's doing it again. See what I'm talking about? This is so frustrating. I just want to listen to Silence in the Stocks. And I've put them in a specific order because they like build in tension gradually. Whatever. It's all good. It's amazing music. The UI is getting there. This is only a beta. The app is going to be here soon. I think they said March 2025. So I've got a month and a half from when I'm making this video. Let me know what you guys think as you use it. I'm super stoked for the app. If they can, you know, optimize their the load times and hopefully the size of the app. I don't want the app to be like dozens of gigs because my iPad has such little storage because Apple's crazy. But I want it to be able to work off of my iPad, so I'm really hoping that it does. But anyways, those are my thoughts on Fantasy Plus. I think it's really cool. I hope you guys think it's really cool. So yeah, check them out. Hope you guys like them. Let me know what you think.